Hello, everyone. I'm here with Adam today at ILTACon. Adam, nice to
Hey,
have you.
thank you for having me here.
So I would like to start these out, and it's a question. You never know where the story's going to go, right? How did you get into eDiscovery, and what keeps you in it? And have you ever thought about leaving?
Yeah, so I have a very interesting story. I'm kind of a unicorn. I went straight into eDiscovery. Like I was not a paralegal. I was not a IT professional. So I got out of college with international politics and history. Worked at the UNA, the
Okay,
United Nations Association of the United States of America,
that's
for
a
a little
lot of
bit.
acronyms
Yes,
rolled
but the
together.
UN is amazing. And then I wanted to do international policy. Moved to DC. Got a job working at the George Mason Law School bookstore and then applied to a position at Covington and Burling, the litigation technology assistant. And Tom Skelly hired me. And
I'll have to ask him what makes a bookstore
yeah,
person hireable in eDiscovery.
it is amazing to still be on this journey with him and see him around. And I thank him every time I see him
Sure.
because I really don't ever think of leaving eDiscovery just because it's given me so much. It was
Okay.
an inflection point when I joined in '04, and I think its stability, it's always growing. It's different and the same depending on the day. So it's really interesting.
Okay, great. I think wanted to ask you. I think it's really an inflection point. I've been doing this for more than 2 decades now, and we've seen clustering and different types of identification, image identification, TAR, CAL, analytics.
Yeah.
But this is different, right? Don't you? What's your point?
Well, so I'm again, I'm a little different. I'm banging the table. I think judges and lawyers need to get back together and redo what we did in '07, '08, and we need to really look at the federal rules of civil procedure again. I think to your point, we are at an inflection point, and I think we're at an inflection point where the rules can be rewritten now to even more assist people to save money and efficiently do the e-discovery process. And especially with generative AI now and the things that it's allowing you to do, you still have lawyers who are afraid to do the TAR process because they don't want to have to explain it across the V. And so if you can open them up to save all of this money because they can just do it and produce it, why not? I mean, we did that exactly when all of the technology came in, and we're talking concordance, so great technology.
Sure.
B-tree back ends.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I still use concordance 8 for all you truthers out there. But yeah, I think it's
Still
interesting.
unsupported, but that's
Yeah, hey, that's fine. I still have my CD
Right.
from being
Okay.
certified, so
Yeah, I think it's really it's the money and the time. I think it reduces risk properly applied, and also the thing that the speed to information I always think is having worked on a lot of investigations of all sorts for all types of entities, internal, external, federal, and state. Right, it allows you to pivot. Right, as we know, a project starts. We think we know what the case team wants, or the case team knows what they want, or they think they know, and it changes and changes and changes. I think it's a technology that allows you to pivot in a way that doesn't ruin every single moment of the days that follow.
yeah, no, I'm going to steal something from a project manager I worked with at Robinson Bradshaw. I now work at Smith Anderson. David Gomez, he uses a golf analogy. I'm a big golfer, but, a generative AI and AI in general is just another club in my bag. I could pull out and, use Excel still. I've already said I used Concordance 8 still. So it allows me more now flexibility. Like if I need it, let's go. But some problems can still be solved just as easily with the legacy tools that we have. So let's not lose them in the generative AI world.
No, for sure. I
Yeah.
think there's always a different way to get to a point.
Yes.
And right, people use different tools for different reasons.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You've been at the show for a few days.
Yes.
You wanted to talk about a project you're involved in.
Yes, so I am co-founder along with Alicia Hawley of Sustained, a wellness summit. I was really appreciative that the keynote speaker at ILTA focused on mental health and wellness. I feel like it's something that a lot of bar associations focus on the lawyers, but there are all of these people who work adjacent to law, that aren't a lawyer, that need to focus on that. And the point of Sustained, ever since I got mental health first aid certified in youth and adult, is to give people the tools to not only help themselves, but able to help others and kind of be that first level. Therapy is something that's super powerful. And I believe that just like a doctor, you should have a wellness visit with a therapist every year. And that should be great and talked about. I know I do. But there's also that added benefit where you can help other people. And we can give you the tools to do that. The compassion, the listening, really when you ask somebody how they are, making space for them to actually tell you and not just respond with, okay.
Right.
And so that's the goal.
Sure. Well, that sounds, have you had an event or?
So the event's going to be November 13th in Chicago. We are super excited about it. sustain-wellness.com is the website. We're, working through a lot of things. We're putting together speakers and topics now, and we're eventually then in 26 planning. And the goal is to not only do it in Chicago, but then do it in other cities around the nation, because mental health is different. It's different in every human, and as well as I, the United States is basically 18 countries put into one. And so it's different in every location as well.
Sure. Sounds like a great event. And, I'm not too far from Chicago now, so I'll try to make it on the 13th.
That's awesome.
So anything else you're looking forward to seeing here at ILTA?
I think one of the greatest things about ILTA is the diverse amount of technology. I love my progression on the exhibit hall floor is, the first day it opens, talking to the people that I need to talk to. The second day is talking to going to the innovation hub or the startup hub, and just going person by person. What are you doing that's cool? What's new?
Right.
And then the final day is literally making eye contact with everybody, because anybody that goes to the exhibit hall knows you kind of walk like this, so people don't reach out and shake your hand.
Right, sure.
But I want to hear what you're doing in accounting. I want to hear what you're doing in these things, because the more knowledge I have about how the entirety of the law firm works, the better I can move.
For sure. I always like when I go to the conference or I talk to people, but no matter what their company is, they'll talk about what they're supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
And then I ask the question, what are you excited about? What's the thing that's going to, that makes you interested in what you're doing, what you're talking about, what you're selling, what your organization's doing? So I really like that point.
And being a part of ILTA's content creation team, on the professional development leadership team, one of the things that I'd love to see ILTA do in the future is take those speakers that speak on panels and find a way to make them available for something, maybe a recorded small session where people can, come by and ask questions. Because I don't know how many times when you're in a really interesting session and there's 15 people standing up at the dais afterwards, you want to ask questions, but you have somewhere else to go.
Right.
And so I'd love to see ILTA make the speakers available and say, hey, we're going to have these speakers over here for 30 minutes. Please come by if you want to ask about the topic that they talked about.
You make a good point, because people, when they come to these conferences, they're juggling their day-to-day work, right? The phone calls you're getting from the legal teams, or you're calling your legal team, right? And the conference and your personal life and other things you're involved with day-to-day. So I think that's a really good point of that access.
Yeah, and I really appreciate, Smith Anderson has been amazing when they have allowed me to be here and to be fully here. There have been some attorneys who have been really appreciative of the work that I've done, but I think they're really thinking forward. Again, there's an AI task force that meets regularly. I think it's something that's I live in Charlotte and they're in Raleigh, and they allowed me to work fully remote. I love the forward thinking of the firm, and so being here has just kind of forwarded that. So,
Sure. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. And that flexibility, I think people are craving that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sure. Well, thank you for stopping by. I know there's a few more days left. Enjoy the conference, and we'll talk soon.
No, I really appreciate it.
And we'll see you in November.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Thank you.